Welcome back. So we are on the hunt phase of Lantern Year number 10, and we've decided to hunt the level 2 Screaming Antelope. So you see the Screaming Antelope starts past Overwhelming Darkness space, so we'll see how this actually turns out. We've spotted them before. So here's the Showdown picture. And we've read you the background of the Screaming Antelope, so we won't go through that. But we'll go ahead and start. I will introduce the characters I have going out. And so right here you have Jason. So he's got a +1 accuracy, +1 strength, +1 evasion, +2 for the vest. And Monster Grease. Right here with the bow. You have Seraph, so she's a new character we're sending out. She has +1 accuracy, +1 strength, and +1 evasion. All my new survivors do because they have the Clan of Death. And she is actually going out with just the skull helm and a cloth, and cloth leggings. We do have the Nightmare breast pump on her, but she's got the catgut bow. Nothing else really special about her. She's a brand new survivor. Right here you have our savior right here with the axes. Full set of rawhide armor and a bone axe. Also a bone blade just in case that one shatters, but she is a red savior. And then finally you've got Olympus, who's right here with the spear, going out with heavy gear. And so because of the settlement event that we had, which was Heat Wave, Olympus, when he departs, loses all survival. So he's going to start off with 0 survival coming out. He does have a stone nose, so he'll get a survival back. Olympus here has Double Dash. And here Jason has Mighty Strike. And of course the Red Savior has Beast of Keratosis. With that being said, we got to decide who's going to be the first person to reveal that. We'll make it Seraph because it's a Screaming Antelope one, and usually there's not a roll or something special that happens. It's something to do with the antelope. So let's start right away. So the first card we pick up is Migration. So some unforeseen force has set off a massive migration. Nothing remains but uprooted acanthus plants and shattered ground ruined by hooves. Move the Screaming Antelope 3 spaces away from the survivors on the hunt board. So that 1, 2, 3. That is the problem with hunting the antelope at level 2. The hunt phase ends up being pretty rough because he ends up moving a lot. So our survivors are going to move forward. Olympus will be the event revealer, and it's a random hunt event. So we'll go ahead and go to the random hunt event table. We'll take a roll. Red is first. It is a 22. So a 22 on the random hunt table states acid rain. The darkness above is suddenly alight with a storm of acid rain. It smells terrible, burns flesh, and forms hissing pools in the upturned mouths of stone faces. All survivors suffer monster level event damage to every hit location as they scramble to find shelter. Well, that's great. If the settlement is sculpture, we do not. Roll a d10 on a 6+, the storm moves homeward. Add acid storm settlement event to the timeline on a 6+. Okay, let's take a look. It is a 5, so it does not move forward, but we'll take monster level damage to every hit location. So you're going to have to stand by while I do this. So it's going to drop Mary a 1 on every hit location because she had 2 on every one. It's going to give Seraph light damage on her arm and body. She has 0 armor on the waist, 0 armor on the legs, and 2 armor on the head. Olympus has 1 on the head now, a light on the arms, a 1 on the body, none on the waist now, and 1 armor left on the legs. And last but not least, Jason's going to have 1 armor on every location now because he had a full set of rawhide armor. Okay, I'm going to silently read this myself just to make sure because that's a pretty devastating event. All survivors suffer monster level event damage to every hit location. Okay. $22 is a terrible roll. Okay. Moving forward, event revealer now becomes Jason. Carpet of ticks. The ground is covered with a carpet of ticks. That's awesome. Each survivor must try to fend off the swarm. Roll a d10 and add your hunt experience to the result. On a 6+, you successfully smash the ticks out of the way in a shower of gore. Okay. Otherwise, on a result of below 6, the ticks make you sick. Reduce your survival to 0. Roll a d10. On an 8+, suffer permanent -1 strength. Oh, that's terrible. Okay, each survivor must roll to fend off the swarm. Add your hunt experience to the result. So Jason's got a 1. So Jason's first. So he's okay. And Anubis has 2 hunt experience. So that's a 7. That's good. Seraph does not. So her may reduce your survival to 0. So she's got 0 survival now. Okay. Roll a d10. On an 8+, you suffer -1 strength. That's a 7. Thank goodness. And Mary's got a 4. That's a 7. Okay, so really what happened there is Seraph lost all of her survival. Not good, but we'll take that. The hunt revealer is now Mary, our savior. It is a random hunt event, so red first. 94. Okay, 94. Sickening mess. The survivors come upon a patch of badly damaged ground. The stone faces are cracked and debris is strewn everywhere. Piles of toxic-smelling dung and half-digested viscera litter the area. The survivors approach, but survivors with squeamish disorder refuse to get any closer. Does anybody have squeamish? I don't think so. No, nobody's squeamish. Insane survivors consume what they find and make themselves sick. They gain -1 strength token. Insane survivors. That would be Mary, Anubis, and Jason. They're all insane. So they all get -1 strength tokens. Okay. Sane survivors stop to investigate the mess. Each gains 1 courage. Rolls a d10 and adds their understanding. Got it. Each gains a courage. So Seraph gains a courage. She rolls a d10 and adds her understanding, which is just 1. That's a 10. Your intuition pays off. Gain 1 basic random resource. I don't know if it was worth it to gain 1 resource and everybody gets a -1 strength token except for her. So mixing up the random resources, we'll pull 1 from the center. It ends up being Skull. So when you gain this, a survivor of your choice gains an insanity. So we're going to make that Seraph because she has 0 insanity right now. Now she has 1. And that's that. Seraph is now the event revealer. It is a random event. Red first. 78. Okay, 78. The Dead Great Game Hunter. The survivors find a corpse dressed in brightly colored clothing. Clutching something to its chest, the event revealer may investigate. That's Seraph. If they do, they gain +1 courage and roll a d10. If any survivor has whip, they lash the corpse from afar, add +4 to your roll. No. So she'll gain a courage, and then she'll roll a d10. So Seraph has 2 courage now. And she's going to roll a d10. It is a 10. That can't be bad, can it? Okay, on a 10 plus, his hands contain a jeweled bottle filled with chartreuse liquid. Gain 1 frenzy drink gear. Okay. I don't usually do frenzy drink when I'm developing stuff. But here it is. Let's see what it does. So, frenzy drink, here it is. It is an item, it's consumable, it's fragile. Consume, suffer frenzy brain trauma, can be used once per showdown. So, we have all of these items. We have to archive one of our items and replace it with this frenzy drink gear. I think we're going to go ahead and archive our cloth because we've already taken advantage of the armor anyways. And right now on the waist I have 0 armor, so it's not going to hurt me to get rid of the cloth. So let me go ahead and archive the cloth. I'll take frenzy drink. I'm pretty sure we have cloth back at the settlement that I can replace that with once we get back. So we'll do that. I don't know if she wants to actually frenzy. Frenzy means that she can't use her survival anyways, which she has 0. She can't use her fighting arts, which she doesn't have any. So maybe it's a good thing for her to take that. Okay. Nobody gets to be the event revealer for Overwhelming Darkness. It's just a story event. So we'll turn to Overwhelming Darkness. Alright, so Overwhelming Darkness is the picture I use for the title sequence on my videos. All survivors must determine their paths and walk them simultaneously. Okay, simultaneous walking, huh? I think that means you don't get benefits of one while you're doing the rest. So anything happens after everybody takes their actions. So there's the Path of the Insane, which I have 3 insane survivors. The Path of the Doomed, which if no other paths apply. And a 3+ courage path, which is the one that everybody wants to take. Though I don't believe any of these characters. Nope, and nope. Nobody has it. So 3 people will take the Path of the Insane, and 1, Seraph, will take the Path of the Doomed. So we'll do Jason first with the Path of the Insane. It's a 7. A huge eye stares at you from the darkness. It scares you sane. Set your insanity to 0 and gain the PTSD disorder. So he has PTSD disorder, which means he's going to skip the next hunt phase. So every other time he goes out, he's got to skip it. Again, Olympus. That's a 10. The crab spider you've been traveling with stops to eat a few hissing maggots. You decide you can't leave your friend behind. Gain a crab spider vermin resource. Oh, that's very sweet. He's got a little friend. Olympus has crab spider, which if I archive that, I get 3 survival, which may be a good thing because he's got 0 survival right now. Seraph is going to walk the Path of the Doomed. That's an 8. Resolute, gain +1 insanity and +1 courage. So she has 2, and she gains a courage, and we'll do bold here in a second because that's her 3rd courage. And Mary's going to walk through the Path of the Insane. She's our savior. So that's a 4. There it is. Path of the Insane. You shriek and lash out. All survivors suffer 1 event damage to a random hit location. All survivors. So Jason's going to suffer 1 to the foot. He has 0 armor on the foot. And Olympus is going to suffer 1 to the hand. So that's a heavy. And Seraph is going to suffer 1 to the body. That's a heavy. And lastly, Mary's going to suffer 1 to the hand, which now she has 0 armor on the hand. Okay. So that was Overwhelming Darkness. We're now going to go to Bold for Seraph. In a single moment, your perspective changes profoundly. Select the triumph corresponding to the current game phase. So it was during the hunt. Expect the unexpected. You are prepared to face any mind-boggling trials at a moment's notice. Where others may falter, you forge ahead, meeting the journey head-on. Gain the following ability and roll on the table below. Prepared. So she gains prepared. And roll on the table below. Okay. So we'll roll for her. It's a 6. Gain +1 understanding. Oh, okay, so she has 2 understanding. 3 courage and 2 understanding. So she's getting up there as far as the lesser stats are considered. Our next hunt revealer is going to be Olympus. So he reveals this one, which is Dead Antelope. So here we go. The survivors are struck by the scent of a rotting meat wafting from a hulking corpse ahead. The event revealer may lead the survivors to investigate. If they do, gain 1 random vermin resource, 2 random screaming antelope resources, and roll a d10. On a 7+, the survivors are startled by the arrival of the antelope's killer, a white lion. End the hunt now. Start a showdown with the white lion, level 1 higher than the quarry, or the highest level available, using its setup rules. Add a dead monster train card to the showdown. So I would have to fight a level 3 lion who will destroy these characters. If they don't investigate, roll a random hunt event. So what would I get if I do? On a 7+, the survivors are startled. I'm going to do this because this campaign is going to crap anyways. So if the event revealer may lead the survivors to investigate. If they do, gain 1 random resource. Okay, so we're going to get a random vermin resource and 2 random screaming antelope resources. The random vermin resource is a sword beetle. Okay. So I could archive that, possibly get +1 permanent strength. No effect, or I could die instantly. So let's not do that yet. 2 screaming antelope resources. Let's do that. Oops. The first one is Shankbone. Put that with our skull. The second one is Pelt. Put that with our skull over there. And then it says, roll a d10. On a 7+, we have to fight a level 3 lion. 6, thank goodness. Okay. That's it. So we find the dead antelope. Luck is on my side right now, knock on wood. And the hunt revealer is now Jason. It is a random hunt event. So Jason's going to roll red first. It's a 93. 93 is Lost Survivor. In a hollow between 2 identical rocks, you find a corpse with a fabulous hair clutching a book to his chest. If the settlement has pictographs, I do not have pictographs. That is true. The event revealer may read the book. Otherwise, the survivors move on deeply confused. The book tells a tragic tale of 2 survivors who found a love they can never have. Okay, great. So, nothing happens. The hunt revealer is now Mary. It is Devoured Grounds. The stone-faced ground is littered with the leavings of ravenous passing beasts. Half-eaten acanthus plants are everywhere. If any survivor has 3+ understanding, the survivors may skip the next hunt space. I am 99% sure oh, Olympus has 3+ understanding. So I was then my 99% sure that nobody had it is wrong. So if any survivor has 3+ understanding, the survivors may skip the next hunt phase. I'm going to do that. Okay. So we're going to skip the next hunt phase, and the showdown begins with the level 2 Screaming Antelope. We are seriously injured here. Everybody has -1 strength tokens except for Seraph. We don't have hardly any survival. Olympus and Seraph don't have any survival. And, but I think we can take the antelope. I always say that, and then I get completely wiped out. I will set up the Screaming Antelope board, and when we return, we'll have our showdown with the Screaming Antelope. Be right back. Okay, welcome back, and we've set up our showdown with the Screaming Antelope. He's sitting in the center with the acanthus plants and the bug patch he gets. We drew 3 stone columns, which are way off to the right because they don't really help us out. Stone face, 5 spaces away from board edge, so that's set up. And with that, we're going to go ahead and start. We have Jason here. He's got 1 insanity because of his stone nose. And we also had stone noses on Olympus, and we had stone nose on Seraph. So even though Olympus and Seraph had 0 survival at the end of the hunt phase, they do get 1 for arriving at the showdown. And because Jason has the lowest insanity, we're going to make him the monster controller for this first antelope attack, so that he possibly could get some insanity. With that being said, let's go ahead and start. So we're going to draw our first AI card for the Screaming Antelope, and it is Bite, closest survivor in field of view. So we're going to choose Jason. So he is going to get that insanity. So he's at 2. And the Screaming Antelope is going to move forward. He's got a movement of 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And he can't reach anybody. So now we'll do his Diabolical, which is his trait card that he starts with at level 2. At the end of the monster's turn, target a random survivor in the trample zone. There is nobody. Full move forward to the target. Move through the survivor. If there is no target, full move forward. So that's what we set up the board to do. He will move forward, and now it is our turn. So we're going to go ahead and see what we can do. We are going to have... So we don't want to be trampled next turn. So people with survival need to be the ones that are in his trample zone at the end. But we'll figure that out at the end. We're going to go ahead and let's utilize... I really want to use Seraph's Clawhead Arrow, so it makes it easier for everybody else to attack him. So that's what we're going to do. It's 1 attack. It is a 6+ to hit. It's slow ammo for the bow. Okay, so 1 shot, 6+ to hit. She does have a +1 accuracy. It's a 5+ to hit. So that is a hit. So if you hit the monster, he gets a -1 evasion token. So here's his -1 evasion token on his board. And it only gets to be used once. It is a 6 strength. She has a strength of 1. So it's a 7 strength. And the level 2 antelope has a toughness of 10. So it's a 3 to wound. Anything but a 1 or a 2. That's a wound. And off comes the wound. That being said, so item ammunition, I think we use the same stats as the bow. Let me see if ammunition actually says anything about, the definition of ammunition says anything about using the stats of the weapon. A keyword, the gear is ammunition for another weapon gear. Right. So she had to use her movement and her action to do that. And that's the way I'll play that. We're going to go ahead and attack from the side, so that Jason can attack and then move. He's going to attack with the axe, and so that's 2 attacks. It is a 6+. He's got an accuracy of +1, so it's a 5+ to hit, and with a -1 evasion token, it's a 4+ to hit the Screaming Antelope. So there's 2 hits. It's a perfect hit, So he does have the Mighty Strike Fighting Art, which gives him a +2 strength to this attack. Let's find out what those two locations are. So here they are, no traps. Delicate Inverted Knee. If you hit with a club or a shield, gain +2 luck. No, but there's no reaction. And this one says failure. Their weapon is stuck. You stumble and suffer knockback 5. Okay, so we'll do it in that order. We'll do the Delicate Inverted Knee first, and then the Gnarled Horns. He has a +1 natural strength and a -1 strength token, so 0, but Mighty Strike gives him a +2 strength. The weapon has a 3 strength, so that's 5, so he's going to need a 5 to wound this Screaming Antelope. So 5 for this one. That is nothing, and a 5 for the next one. That does wound him. And this is a failure reaction, so there's no failure reaction. I'm going to go ahead and Surge. Let's see if he loses that. He does, so he's down to 3 survival. And I'm going to attack again. So again, +1 accuracy, 6, 5, 4, because of the -1 evasion token. 2 hits. No perfect hits on that one this time. So here's the 2. You have Restless Shank and a Restless Ear. We'll do the Restless Ear first because the ear has no reaction. And this one says if I wound on a 3+, Bat Kick, suffer 3 damage to a random hit location and knockback 5. Okay, so we'll do the Restless Ear first. So once again, I'm going to need a 5. No, not a 5. 3 for the Bone Axe. So I'm going to need a 7 to wound. So the Restless Ear does not get wounded. And an 8. So I do wound the Restless Shank. So here's his AI card. Roll a d10 for each survivor currently in the monster's blind spot. Oh, on a result of 3+, their Blue Leaf Bat Kick. So nobody's in the blind spot. So we've done 3 damage. And now Jason's going to move out of the way. 5. Maybe going towards those acanthus plants. Same thing's going to happen with Mary, our savior. So Mary's got a +2 strength natural with a -1 strength token. So she's going to attack with the Bone Axe. She doesn't have any pluses on accuracy. So it's going to be a 6, 5. A 5 to hit the Screaming Antelope. So there's 1 hit on the Screaming Antelope. It is the Restless Hoop. There's a failure reaction. We'll read that if it's appropriate. +2 natural strength, -1 token. It's a +1. The axe is a 3, so that's a 4 strength. 10 toughness on this the Screaming Antelope, so she needs a 6 to wound. That's a 9. So that is a wound. So we don't even need to read the failure reaction. Mary's going to Surge. Let's see if she keeps it. She does. She's going to attack twice. Again, she needs 5s. So there's another hit. On the muzzle. No reaction to that. That's if you have a club or if you attack with a club or a shield. So it's a strength of 3, 4. She needs a 6 again to wound. That does not wound. And now Mary will move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Try to get to the acanthus. And finally, we have Olympus, who's got a spear. So no need to move him either. He's got a 6+ to hit. 5+ because of the -1 evasion. So a 5+ to hit. So there's 2 hits. That perfect hit doesn't get him anything. So here's the 2 hits. Furry Throat has nothing. It's club or shield again. Restless Chest, if I wound, turn the Screaming Antelope to face the attacker in full move force. So he's going to get run over. So we're going to do the Furry Throat first. Strength of 3. He's got a +1 natural with a -1 strength token, so 0. So it's a 3 strength weapon. 10 toughness. He needs a 7 to wound on the Furry Throat. That fails, and a 7 to wound. And that fails. So no hits. He is not going to use his survival. And he's just going to move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So that actually is all of our survivors' turns. So the monster controller now becomes Mary. So on our turn, we did a good 4 damage to him. So good first round, and we gave him a -1 evasion token. Alright, so the Screaming Antelope's turn. His AI card is going to state, Great Kick, Random Survivor in Blind Spot. There is nobody. Furthest threat in field of view and range. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to be Olympus. Move and attack. If target is adjacent, turn monster so the target's in a blind spot. Done. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4. How much movement does he have? He's got an 8 movement. In range, too. So that would target him, and then he can move. He's going to have to dash, because this has 4 speed attack. So he's in range, he's targeted, and then there's a break. So now he's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to have to use my survival to get out of the way of this attack. So then he gets to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my goodness. Is there a way I could do this better? Let's see. I really need him to be here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There. Now when he does his diabolical, there's nobody. But it still made me use one of my survivals. So the Great Kick, he's out of range. And now he's going to do diabolical. There is nobody. He's going to run forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Now we can play the game with the Screaming Antelope of stay out of range and try to gather acanthus plants. We know he's got a movement of 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So he can get here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right. So he can get right here. So we're going to go 1. And Jason's going to pick up an acanthus plant. That's a 10. So gain 1 fresh acanthus plant resource. We will do that. So Jason has a fresh acanthus plant. And take that and archive it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And she really doesn't have anything she can do. Oh, 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, we're going to play the game. We're going to play the game. So there we are. Okay, and the monster controller is now Seraph. So we'll draw, and it says Stomp and Snore. Random survivor in range. There is nobody. No target, graze. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He will eat the acanthus plant, because graze, let me read it to you, states, the monster full moves to the closest acanthus plant, ends its turn. If the monster is adjacent to the acanthus plant, archive the terrain and heal a wound. So we'll archive it. We'll heal a wound. So that takes top of the wound, puts it on the bottom of the AI. And that's that. So it ends its turn. So now it's our turn. So now the Screaming Antelope is back where we need it to be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Still not close enough for the catgut bow. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to use Seraph to look at the cat eye circlet. 1, 2, 3. So we take a look at the top 3 hit locations. And so we got restless inner thigh. So let me read it to you. Critical wound. The monster's injury worsens if it moves. Whenever it moves, it suffers an additional wound. Discard this card at the end of the next round. So if it moves, then it's going to take injuries. And it'll take 2 more injuries just because it's going to worsen. So we could crit it with a founding stone, because Jason has a founding stone, and that'll be like 3 automatic wounds to it. We could do this one, which gives us a resource, and he gets a -1 toughness token, which takes his toughness down to 9. I think I'm going to give him 3 automatic wounds. So we're going to put that on top. And now she's going to go 1, 2. No, she'll just stay where she is. Jason now is going to throw his founding stone. So we'll archive the founding stone. So down it goes. And it's an automatic crit. And we already know what the hit location is. It's the restless inner thigh. So at the end of the next round, we'll discard it. Okay? At the end of the next round, that means the end of monster goes first and we go second. So this is the end of this round. So here's an AI card. Gone. Okay? And Jason's going to go 1, 2, 3. Now we want him to move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go towards that vermin. Now we've got Mary, who's our savior. Again, we want him to move. She's going to use her Rawhide Headband and take a look at the top 2 AI cards. Crush and Devour. Closest threat in field of view and range. Well, we don't want that. Stomp and Snort. Random survivor in range. I think I did the Stomp and Snort wrong last time. Sorry about that. It's Intimidate target. It's a random survivor in range, and then it intimidates them. So forgive me on that one. But we'll do Stomp and Snort. Well, Stomp and Snort doesn't make him move. Crush and Devour. Closest threat in field of view in range. So we're going to go ahead and do that, because then we'll make him move. So Crush and Devour is going to be on the top. We don't want to do any damage to him. And now the Savior's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The reason I'm doing that is I want him to go after Jason. And now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. So now Jason is the closest survivor within range. And we're going to go ahead and end our turn. With that being said, it is the Screaming Antelope's turn. The monster controller now passes over to Olympus. We know it's Crush and Devour. Closest threat in field of view in range. That's Jason. Move and devour target. So he moves, and I'm going to dash out of the way. So he's going to move 8. So we'll make him go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. And to make him do that, I have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Can I not get out of the way? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I can't get out of the way, so he's actually going to get to me. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Yep, he's actually going to get to me. Maybe that wasn't such a good thing to do, but I guess we can set him up at least to be hit by our folks, right? Or maybe we won't even bother moving him and we'll just let him come after me. No, I need to move him at least 2. No. Maybe I'll just let him come after me. What do you think? Yeah, I think maybe that's what's going to happen. I'd like it so that none of my survivors get trampled. Except for maybe Jason. If I move down here, maybe I should just move up. Because he's in a bad spot. He's going to trample somebody. But if I make it somebody I want him to trample, 1, 2, 3. So she's in the trample zone. So Jason gets attacked. All right, so it's going to be 3 attacks because he's got a +1 speed. It's a 2+ to hit me. 2+, 3+, 4+, 5+ because he's got evasion. So it's a 5+ to hit him. So 2 hits. I'm going to have to dodge one of them. Actually, I don't. So before damage, I get the gobbled up status card. All right, gobbled up. There it is. When you gain this, remove your survivor from the board and place them on this card. Then, crush and devour. So that is a story event in the book. So there she is, crush and devour. The survivor disappears shrieking into the screaming antelope underbar. You are masticated. Roll a d10. All right. So here's a d10. 2. Good God. Swallowed whole, you are dead. The monster happily digests you. Heal 1 wound and gain 1 speed token. Heal 1 wound. He gains a speed token. And Jason's dead. Great. That was terrible. Miscalculation by myself. I shouldn't have put that up top. And now he's going to run over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. But we'll dodge out of the way. So Seraph uses her last survival to dash. And he moved twice. So the first one got healed, and the second one is in the wound stack. And now at the end of the round, that is discarded. The restless inner thigh, severe injury. And now it's back to our turn. So Seraph's got 2 bow shots. She'll take them both. It's a 7+, 6+, 5+ to hit them. 1 hit. 1 hit to the restless flank. It is a strength 3 weapon. She's got a strength 1, so it's 4. So it's a 6 to wound him. That's a 7. That's a wound. And that's all she does. We will now do Olympus. That's 5. He's got a spear. He's got an attack. It's a 6+ to hit. 5+ because of the -1 evasion token. So there's a hit. It's a hit to the restless rump. There is a reflex. So 6, 7, 8, 9. And because of the -1 strength token, he fails to wound. Reflex. Turn the monster to face away from the attacker and full move forward in a straight line. Face away. Full move forward in a straight line. Done. And Mary Our Savior. Mary Our Savior is going to use Beast of Cartosis. You may concentrate. If you do, perform Beast cards at the start of your next act. Okay? Nope, she's not going to do that because she could possibly get run over. She's not within range unless she dashes. So she's going to do that. So she'll dash. Using her survival, does she lose it? She does not. And now she will attack with her axe. She needs a 6, 5, 4. A 4 to hit the Screaming Antelope. 1 hit. Restless Shoulder. Did not wound. She will surge. Did not lose it. Another hit. This one does have a reflex. Does not wound. Screaming Angler friendly attacks everything around it. Zone of Death, 1 at a time. Target each and do a basic action. So the basic attack is 2+ to hit. She's got a 2 evasion. That's a 4+ to hit. It is 4 attacks. 4+ to hit on these. So 2 hits. It's on my turn, so there's no dodging this. The hand and the waist. Light on the arms, and now she has 0 armor on the waist. And that's the end of our turn. Mary is now the monster controller. And he will do Showdown. If there are no Canthus plants on the Showdown board, discard Showdown and perform basic action. Full move the screen closest to Canthus plant. Okay? Thank God they're far away. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just seeing if I can do this any more elegant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nope, that's where he ends up. Place Showdown on the top of the monster AI deck instead of discarding it. Okay? And now he's going to do Diabolical. So he's going to run over Seraph. And Seraph can't do anything about that. So Seraph is going to take 2 damage to her hand. So she takes a severe injury to the hand. Nothing I can do about that. So let's roll on the severe injury chart for hand. 5. Ruptured muscle, a painful rip. The arm hangs limp. You can no longer activate fighting arts. This injury is permanent and can be recorded once. Gain a bleeding token. Okay, no fighting arts. Because she has a ruptured muscle in her arm. And that's that. Our turn. Up comes Mary. Mary's going to attack. So 2 attacks, 4+ to hit. So there's 2 hits. So the Palais and the Furry Tail. Furry Tail has nothing, so we'll do that one first. So that's a crit. Gain a Screaming Antelope resource, so we'll pull it randomly from the deck here. It's a pelt. The Screaming Antelope is off balance, gains a -1 accuracy token. At least that's something. Okay, -1 accuracy token for him. That was with the axe, so we're going to take 2 AI cards because it's savage. And that was the palette. What did I do with the other one? Can't remember what I did with the other wound location I just pulled. Did I pull one? Sometimes I lose the cards. Oh, they're furry tail. It's way over here. Okay. So that was the furry tail one. And now we're going to do the palais. There's a failure for this. That is a 3. That's a failure. The giant monster snaps shut. If you're adjacent to the monster, you must spend 1 survival, react quickly, or suffer 3 damage. Well, we're going to do that. So we'll spend 1 survival. Does she lose it? No. So she's fine. We're going to use a survival to go ahead and surge. So it's 2 attacks, needing 4s. So there's 1 hit. Giant teeth, it's super dense, so I'm going to shatter my axe, but let's see if I can crit. That is at least a wound. And the axe is shattered. So we'll archive the axe, but at least she has a sword now. And 1, 2, 3. So we're going to move Omnibus up. Omnibus is going to eat the crab spider and get 3 survival back. And I don't think consume actually takes an action. Let me read. Nope. So he gets 3 survival. He's going to have her stand up with encourage. And he's going to attack. So 2 survival. He's going to attack. It's 2 attacks with the spear. 6, 5 to hit. There's another hit. The restless tiny hands. There's a failure. A 3. So he needs a 7 to wound. That fails. Grasping tiny hands make rude gestures. You're startled. Gain 1 insanity. And lose your composure, spend to regain your senses before you can attack again. So he'll use a survival to get rid of that reaction. He gains an insanity, which puts him at 10. And that would be the end of his turn. Now that he's stood up Seraph, Seraph is going to she's going to shoot twice with her catgut bow. So 7, 6, 5 to hit. 2 hits. We are getting perilously close to this, which is what I was not wanting. The screaming antelope panics. Its undermouth unleashing an inhuman wail. It bucks wildly and leaps into the air. The attacker is doomed. The survivor elsewhere adjacent to the monster suffer 2 brain damage per monster level. So that's 4 brain damage for Mary. So she's down to 9 insanity. Okay. Knocked at 5 and are knocked down. She stops there. The monster lands on its belly, begins to slide its teeth. Turn the monster directly away from the attacker in full move. Directly away from the attacker, full move. And that is the trap card. So we'll reshuffle the hit location deck. Give it a good shuffle. That was actually pretty good. We made it through most of the deck before we drew the trap card. So not bad. It's unfortunate that we lost one of our characters gobbled up with a bad roll on the masticate table, but do I cut this deck? Yes, I do. And we're ready to go with the monster's turn. Seraph is now the monster controller, and the first card we pull out is Bolt, closest knockdown survivor. Okay, well that ends up being Mary. Move and attack the target. Okay. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that. It's 3 attacks. It's an attack of 1, but she's got 2 speed tokens. It's a 2+ to hit Mary, 2+, 3+, 4+, 5+ because the -1 accuracy token. So a 5+ to hit Mary. So 1 hit. Mary's going to dodge that. Well, let's find out. It's 2 damage to the waist. Yeah, Mary's going to dodge that. So does she lose the survival? No. And now it says full move the Screaming Antelope in a straight line away from all survivors. So that goes 2, and it gets them away in a straight line. This doesn't get him any further. It gets him the same distance. That gets him further from survivors, and this gets him further from survivors. So we're going to move him over here. 1, 2, 1, 2. In a straight line, he stops. And that's Bolt. And so now he's going to Diabolical. There's nobody in the zones. So we are going to turn him this way and move him that way. One of the advantages is we get to choose which direction we're going to Diabolical on that. And so it's a straight line. Straight line goes into the board. I decided to move him down. It is our turn now. So Mary's going to stand up because that happened on our turn. And now we need to kill this thing. It has 7 life left. That's a lot of life left in this thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here we go. Seraph is going to shoot with Catgut Bow. So 2 shots, 7, 6, 5 to hit. So there's 2 hits with the Catgut Bow. It is a Restless Flank, which makes him turn towards us, and then this one is not a negative either. So it doesn't really matter which one we'll do first. We'll do the Restless back first. It is a 3 strength with a +1. That's a 4 strength. And so I need 6s to wound. So the Restless back first, meaning 6. That is a crit. You strike lands squarely in the monster's squirming spine, accompanied by a sickening crunch. Affects some AI cards. Well, great. So he's got a crushed spine. And now the Restless Flank. So that's a failure. So he turns to face the attacker, and that's all he's going to do. Shuffle up the AI deck. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mary's going to come up and attack twice with her Bone Blade now. It is a 6, -1 evasion, so it's 5s to hit with the Bone Blade. There's 1 hit, 1 hit. Restless Shank. That's a crit. Gain a Screaming Antelope resource. Got the bladder. And your attack wrecks one of the monster's legs. If insane, I am, you may spend 5 survival, I don't have 5 survival, to get +1 permanent movement. No big deal. She's going to surge for Inner Lantern. She'll lose that one, so she's down to 3 survival. And all of that, that's her first survival she's lost, thanks to this Rawhide armor set. 2 attacks with the Bone Blade. That's 2 hits. This one has a wound, which is good for us, and this one has a failure reaction, which is bad. So we'll do this one first. The Restless Inner Thigh. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8. 8 to his 10, so that does not happen. What do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 3. I need a 7 to wound. That also fails. You gain +1 insanity, because the tiny hands make rude gestures at me. Spend a survival, or spend an action to regain your senses before you can attack again. So we'll put that on her card to remind her that that's what's going to happen. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and Omnibus will attack, needing 6, 5 because of the -1 evasion token. Oh my god. I am going to... stop attacking at this point, and we're going to let the Screaming Antelope take his turn. Alright, the monster controller is Mary. Great Kick, random survivor in blind spot, nobody. Furthest threat in field of view and range. Okay. Move and attack. If the target is adjacent, turn so it's in the blind spot. It is 4 attacks, which is 6 attacks on Mary. Nothing I can do about this. 6 attacks on Mary is a 2+ to hit her. She has a 1 evasion. He has a -1 accuracy, so it's a 4+. 4+ to hit. So there's 5 hits on her. 5 hits to these locations. Hand, waist, foot. 2 damage for each of these. So heavy on the legs. Heavy on the waist. Okay. And now I'm going to take severe injuries to all those locations. Hand, foot, waist. Let's do hand first. A 7 on the hand. Broken arm. Ear-shattering crunch, -1 permanent accuracy, and -1 permanent strength. Okay, so I'll just erase her pluses that she has. And gain a bleeding token. So 1 broken arm for Mary. Let's do the foot. Oh, foot kills her. And she dead. We'll do the waist just for... see what happens. Okay. So she dies. Now Diabolical. He's going to end up trampling people. So Mary's going to dash, and Omnibus is going to dash. Mary, does she lose it? She does. So she is down to 2 survival. Omnibus has 0 survival. And he's going to come forward. Well, that's the end of that turn. And with that, it's our turn. He still has 6 wounds. Mary's going to attack twice from where she is. With the Bone Blade, she needs 6, 5. 5's to hit. Oh wait, she's got to use an action. Whew. So I'll have to surge to do that. Does she lose that? She does not. But it does use my surge. Okay, so now she gets rid of the Restless Tiny Hand card. regains her composure, and attacks twice. That is 2 hits. There's a super dense and a palais. So we're going to do the palais first. Failure, giant maw snaps shut. If you're adjacent to the monster, you spend a survival. Does she lose it? She does not. And giant teeth. I need a crit. I did not. It's super dense. I shatter the bone blade. So Mary is without a weapon. But she'll move 5 over there. From where he is, Olympus is going to attack. A 7. That's 1 hit. The hit location is Restless Eye. If the attacker is insane, cancel this hit. So hit's canceled. Monster's turn. Monster controller is Olympus. Bolt, closest knockdown survivor, furthest threat in range. That's Mary. Come across. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. Does she lose that for the dash? She does not. And full move the antelope in a straight line away from all survivors. Away from all survivors. That's getting closer to him. Away from all survivors. So he will run this way. This gets him closer. That gets him closer. So he turns to run, but he can't run anywhere. So he is away from all attackers. 1, 2. That gets him closer. So I think the way I'm playing this is get to the furthest spot away while running away from all attackers. So there's where he's going to go. And now he's going to do Diabolical. We're going to move him where we want him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There. It is our turn now. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go ahead and attack. Twice in the blind spot. That's a 4 to hit him with fist and tooth. That's 1. It's a furry tail. That's a crit. Gain a screaming antelope resource. Why is that a crit? Because he's using hand and tooth. The screaming antelope is off balance. He gets another -1 accuracy token. So looking at a -2 accuracy for the antelope so far. I'll surge with Inner Lantern. I lose my survival. Down to 1 survival with Mary. And wow, I'm gonna Cartosis X, right? That just gives me X auto hits. I still would have to wound, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to attack with Fist and Tooth. It's a 8 to hit, so it's 8, 7, 6, 5. 5 to hit him. 1. The giant mouth. Did not wound him. 5, 6. If attacking with a melee weapon and the wound roll is a 1 or a 2, it was not. It was a 5. So nothing happens. I just miss him. And now it's the monster's turn. Oh, actually, I can double dash with him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5, and then I'll use my attack to double dash because Olympus has double dash. And I think we're done. So the monster is going to bite. Closest survivor in field of view. That would be Mary. It is 1 attack, so it's actually going to be 3 attacks. 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus to hit him. So 2 hits. 2 hits to the... So 3 damage to the waist or 3 damage to the body. So we'll take the body and dodge the waist. Does she lose this dodge? She does. She has 0 survival now. But she is knocked down from the heavy injury to her body. And now he's going to trample her. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And it's going to do 2 damage to her waist. So now she's got a heavy on the waist and a heavy on the body. Great. 1, 2, 3, 4. Olympus is going to attack. It's 2 attacks. A 5, so that hits once. And it hits him in the hoof. Fail. If attacking with a melee weapon, it's kicked out of reach. Spend an action to retrieve. Okay, great. And that's the end of our turn. The monster's turn. Crush and Devour. Closest threat in field of view and range. That would be you. It's 4 attacks. 2 plus to hit. 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus to hit. Good God. 3 hits. There's no damage to this, but he is gobbled up. So then he's going to get masticated. So Crush and Devour. Go ahead and roll. Is an 8. With a burst of ferocity, you fight back. Roll a d10 on the table below. Come on high. 10. You are suddenly bitten by a pulsing organ. You tear it free. The monster suffers 1 wound. Well, that's good. Gain the second Heart Strange resource. Second Heart Strange resource. Let's see where that is. Second Heart. Bear with me while I find the second heart. Second heart. I wish it was something cooler. It's just an organ. And Regurgitate. Suffer 1 damage to the arm location, which is a severe injury for him. Regurgitate happens first. It's a 7. Covered in vomit, but alive, you are knocked down and gain an insanity. Okay, and a severe injury to the arm location is a 7. Broken arm, -1 accuracy and -1 strength. So 0 strength and a -1 accuracy is what he's got. Bleeding token. And that's that. So now he's going to go ahead and run somebody over. 1 through 5. I think it's not a threat, right? It's just a survivor. Target a random survivor. So 1 through 5, it's going to be Olympus. It's not, it's Mary. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Mary's going to take 2 damage to the body. Nothing she can do about that. It's a severe injury for her. It's a 6 to the body. Disemboweled. Your movement is reduced to 1 till the showdown. Gain a bleeding token. Skip the next hunt phase. If you suffer disemboweled during the showdown, at least one other survivor has to survive. Otherwise, you're dead. So her movement is 1. So what I'm going to do is, I always forget about these things, the movement especially. Put -4 movement tokens on her, just so that we remember. And that's the end of the Screaming Antelope's turn. Mary stands up. And she gets to move 1. Yay! So she's in the rear with Fist and Tooth. 2 hits. This one has no negative, and this one failure says knockback. We'll do the Restless Ear first. So really, I need to crit. That is not happening. That is a crit on the Gnarled Horns. Gain a Screaming Antelope resource. Good gracious, look at all the resources we have. Somebody needs to survive. Blood pours from the Ruined Crown. Affects some AI cards. She's got a Crushed Spine and a Ruined Crown. And that's all Mary can do. Okay. It is the Screaming Antelope's turn. Screaming Antelope is going to bite. Closest survivor in field of view. That's not Mary. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Knocking Mary over and doing 2 damage to her hand, which is now a severe injury for Mary. Severe injury to the hand is going to be a 9. Dislocated shoulder. You cannot activate two-handed or paired weapons or block until the showdown ends. Gain a bleeding token. Okay, she doesn't have any of that. She just gains a bleeding token, basically. It is 3, because that's stupid speed token. It is a 2+, 3+, 4+, 5+, 6+ to hit Olympus. So 2 hits to the hand and the body. So 3 damage to the hand, 3 damage to the body. 3 damage to the hand, 3 damage to the body. So it's a heavy to the body and a severe to the hand. So here's the severe injury to Olympus's hand. Oh, kills him. So Mary is the only one left. She's been knocked down during the Antelope's turn. She can't do anything. The Antelope's going to do this. Closest threat, closest survivor in range. Boom. It's going to be 4 attacks. It's a 2+, 3+, 4+, 5+, 6+ to hit. 2 hits. That's all he needs. He gobbles her up. Masticated. It is a 1. She's dead. Okay. So when we head back to the settlement event on the Showdown with the Screaming Antelope, if I lose the Showdown, which I just did, all survivors dead. When the hunters fail to return, nominate a non-death survivor in the settlement. They rapidly beat their head in grief, suffering a death severe injury. So that's great. And we lose all of these resources that we were able to gather up. This would have been a cornucopia of resources. Thanks for joining me. I guess the settlement phase for advancing year number 11, we'll see what we can do, and hopefully we get a regal visit, we get a bone witch, we get a regular settlement event. This settlement is on its way to becoming extinct, but we'll play it out strictly for YouTube. Thanks for watching.